Hi there, and welcome to day 5 of 14 days of yoga. For this class, we're going to keep it low to the ground, incorporate a little bit of restorative poses too. So I highly recommend making sure you have props for this one. Definitely a pillow, or if you have a bolster, maybe a blanket, and that should be about it. So we're going to start today a little different. We're going to start on the ground in a supine position. So we bring our feet together, kind of like we're doing a butterfly, and then just start to roll down onto the mat. Yeah. So laying on the ground, bring the feet together as best you can. And if this is really uncomfortable for you, especially in the inner thighs, you can always place blocks or roll up blankets like hot dog style underneath each side just to keep it propped up a little bit. When you settle in here, bring the left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. Softening the gaze, close the eyes, and bring the gaze inward. Maybe to that third eye space, the space between your eyebrows. Take a full inhale through your nose. Exhale it out. Again, full inhale through your nose. Exhale it out. Last time, full inhale. And exhale, release. Continuing to breathe here on your own, and with your hands on your chest and your belly, feeling the chest and the belly rise and fall with each breath. Just start to turn that gaze inward, noticing the rise and fall of the breath, the rhythm, the natural rhythm your body falls into in this relaxed state. Breathing into this moment. See if you can sit here and mentally be nowhere else but here. Easier said than done. That's why we call this a practice, right? Keep practicing. And in this relaxed state, set your intention for class today. Or if there's someone you want to dedicate your class to today, hold them in your heart. Taking one final inhale. Exhale it out. And start to open the eyes just a crack at a time. Lengthening the legs out slowly. So you might even need to grab the outer edge of the thighs. Bring them up a little bit and then slide them down, straightening the legs onto the earth. Bring the arms up overhead. Stretch from your fingertips to the tips of your toes. And then hug that right knee into your chest. Rolling the ankle around and around. Ooh. Maybe here's some cracks. Releasing the tension for sure. And then start to rock the knee side to side, creating a little more space in that hip region. Pulling it up by the outer, or a little outer hip, up by the shoulder, nice and wide. And then draping that knee across the body, coming to a gentle twist. So knee over to the left, gaze gently over the right shoulder, take a full breath. And then coming back to center. Lengthen that leg out nice and long. Hug the left knee in, rolling that ankle out, round and round, making circles. And then rocking the knee side to side, left and right. Opening it out nice and wide, up by the shoulder even, really opening up that hip. And then draping that knee across the body over to the right side. Shift the gaze over the left shoulder. Take a full breath. And come back to center. Hug both knees into your chest, rocking forward and back. Coming up to a seated position. You can cross your legs. Remove the flesh from the sits bones. Sitting nice and tall. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Tent the fingers as you inhale, halfway lift long through the crown of the head. Exhale, release, softening the back of the neck. Staying active through the fingers. Breathing deeply into the hips. Take a full breath. Slowly rolling up. One vertebrae at a time. Bring the hands back behind you, fingers facing you. Inhale, lifting up, chin and chest. And coming back to center. Switch sides. My left leg was behind, so bringing it up and over. Sitting in this cross-legged position. Inhale, reaching up through the fingers. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold, tent the fingers. Inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. Exhale, folding a little deeper. Again, softening the back of the neck. Breathing into the hips, into the spine, creating some space where there wasn't before. And slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. Bringing the hands back behind one more time. As you inhale, lift the chin and chest, open the heart. And then rising back up. Bringing both legs out in front. Remove the flesh from the sits bones once again, always. We're always pulling the butt cheeks apart. Inhale, lift up through the fingers. Exhale, forward fold. Gross joke, I know, gross joke. You can reach for the fingers or for the toes, the ankles, the shins. Using a towel if you have that. That was one of the props I forgot to mention. So if you have a strap you want to try, you can always bend the knees, just rest the chest and the thighs. Taking one more full breath in this forward fold. And rising back up. Bringing that right knee into your chest and then drop the knee out to the side. So that right foot is snug against the left inner thigh. With the fingertips on the earth, rotate the heart first so you're facing the pinky edge. Yeah? And then from here, start to lift and lengthen, and then walk the fingertips out, reaching for that foot if you can. Again, keeping the heart towards the pinky edge. It's going to want to come in towards the big toe. So just open up a little wider, deeper stretch. Maybe even take that right hand, reaching for the outer edge of that left foot if you're flexible and can feel that. Good stretch. Taking one more full breath here. Releasing that leg, rising up. Switch sides. Hug the left knee into your chest. Drop the knee out to the side. Left foot to the right inner thigh. Again, fingers on the earth. Rotating the chest towards the pinky edge. Lengthen through the top of the head. Walking the fingertips nice and long. Reaching for the foot, the shin, wherever you are. Keeping the heart towards the pinky edge, maybe reaching with the left hand, the outer edge of that right foot. Take one more breath. Slowly rising back up. Bringing both feet to touch, coming to butterfly. The outer edge of the feet of your feet touch, kind of like the book, like a book with the bind in the middle, the spine, and then opening up the feet. Grab the outsides of the feet and then rotate the pelvis forward. So notice like when you're hunched, it has a round low spine. If you rock forward, it kind of forces you to lengthen a little bit more. So from this spot, inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend the elbows, nice and wide. And in this pose in particular, maybe close your eyes. Really bring the gaze inward and down, noticing the tension in your body that comes up. Just notice. See if you can sit in that edge of that space of discomfort and just breathe. We're going to take one more breath. And then slowly release, coming all the way up. We're going to make our way to the wall for legs up the wall, one of my favorite poses. And actually, no, before we do that, take your pillow or your bolster, and we're going to do a restorative spine twist here. We're going to do that before legs up the wall. So, resting that on your mat, take your left hip to start. Take your left hip snug against the edge of the pillow or bolster, stacking the legs if you can, and having that right arch fall right in line with the ball of the ankle of that left foot. And then bring the fingertips on either side of the bolster, so start to rotate the heart over to the left. Inhale, lengthen always first, right? We don't want to kink the lower back. And then twist a little towards the bolster. Do it one more time, just to make sure. Lengthen through the spine. Twist a little bit more, nothing crazy, and then start to walk the fingertips down the length of the blanket, the bolster, lowering the chest. Now, if you want to have a deeper twist, rotate so the right face cheek is down on the pillow. So we'll do that. And just so I don't want my mic getting all muffled while I talk. So you'll lay down like this, or the left cheek, and then just walking the fingertips nice and long, sliding them out in front of you. It gives a nice shoulder release. So I'm just gonna lay here. Hopefully the mic doesn't get too muffled. And we'll be here for about a minute or two, just breathing. So if you're not completely relaxed, check the shoulders, check the spine, and settle and soften. Where can you let go? Just a little bit more. Where are you holding some tension? Maybe in the shoulders, that's a common place. Maybe the neck. For some people, the energized poses, where we're using our muscles actively, those are the hard ones. And for other people, sitting still, completely relaxing our muscles, are the hard ones. Maybe it's both. Maybe all of it's uncomfortable. And that's cool. That's where growth happens, right? I'll leave you in silence for about 3 more breaths. To get out of this pose, slide the palms back to the earth first, and then slowly we're pressing up as you unwind the spine, rising all the way back up. And then you could either move the blanket or move the pillow to the other side, or just shift the hips in the other direction. And then the other side. So snugging the right hip up to the edge of the pillow this time. Stack the legs. The left arch comes over the right ankle ball. Just stacking it here. Fingertips on either side of the bolster or pillow. Lengthen first. Exhale, just a minor twist. And then again, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist. And slowly walking the fingertips down the pillow, resting either the left face cheek for a deeper twist or the right face cheek. Either way, look to slide the arms nice and long forward, relieve the tension in the shoulders. I'm just going to prop up a bit so that my mic doesn't get all fuzzy for you, but this works too. Just resting. And again, a practice in letting go, a practice in surrendering. Usually in these moments when my brain starts thinking about maybe the things I'd rather be doing, or more efficient ways I could be spending my time, the things I need to get done. It's kind of the thing with yoga and wellness in general. Sometimes it feels like you're going backwards. But the work you do here on your mat, it does help. Helps you grow, makes you stronger, so you can work better, less stress, be more present for the people in your life. It just takes a little bit to show up, the effects. I'll leave you in silence for about 3 more breaths. Slowly rising back up, plant the palms first. Gently unwinding the spine. Coming back up to a seated position. All right, now we're gonna come to legs up the wall. So I recommend a blanket of sorts, especially if you're just doing it straight on the hard ground. And you can just lay a thin layer on the mat, on the ground. This blanket is a little slippery, so we'll see how this works, but just some kind of padding so there's not tension on the lower back. And then you can start with your left or right hip snug up against the edge of the wall. And then from here, you'll rotate the lower down and rotate the feet up the wall. And it might take you a minute to, oh yeah, this blanket's a little slippery, but so something to keep in mind. But yeah, snugging the hips as close to the wall as you can get with the feet up to the sky. Arms can be wherever feels good. So maybe just wide open, maybe in a cactus. This offers a really good chest opener, heart opener. Maybe resting on your belly and your heart, like the beginning of class, is a grounding feeling, getting you back into your breath. And then this is it. You can also fold a blanket, placing it on the bottom of your feet gives another grounding feeling. Another one of these just surrender poses. There's not much to do here. You just breathe. And as the blood flows from the feet down to the body, the heart, the head, it has a relaxing feeling to it. This is actually a type of inversion, technically, because the feet are above the heart, but you just breathe here. This is also one of my favorite poses to do if you have been flying a lot, if you've been up in the air, sitting in a car. but definitely after you've been flying on long flights, when you get to the airport or your hotel, just come up to the wall with the legs up. So I'll leave you here for about 8 breaths, 8 more breaths. And just enjoy this feeling. It should start to feel, maybe your feet feel a little tingly, or maybe they will. And just breathe into it. Notice. I'm done talking. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, opening the eyes and just waking the body a little bit. If you want to stay here for final Shavasana, don't do a dang thing. Just stay here. Otherwise, if you want to come on to corpse pose, final Shavasana, you can just start to walk the feet down the wall. Hug them into your chest, maybe rolling back out just the same way that you got in. Taking your time, and then coming back onto your mat. Rolling all the way down and settle in. So letting the feet fall away from one another, arms by your side, palms to the sky. Take a full inhale through your nose. Exhale it out. We'll be here for about a minute. I'll wake us up to finish class. Welcome home. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms up overhead, stretch from your fingertips to the tips of your toes. Rolling onto your right side body. And pausing there for a breath or two. And then keeping your eyes closed, roll up to a nice seated position on your mat. Take a full inhale through your nose. Exhale it out. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. I always close practice with a moment of gratitude. So think of one thing you're grateful for, hold it in your heart, and let a smile come on your face. And we'll close our practice with one Om. Join me. Take a full inhale. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste, my friend. Great job today. I will see you in the next video for day 6.